How you doing? It's Len Cable Hunting Western Mass. Great to see you guys. It is 2016. It is the month of September, and we are getting ready for deer season. We are less than 3 weeks out. So we've been scouting around a little bit. We started off today. Today was Sunday, so we went up to R&R Sports Shop in Belchertown. We love R&R Sports Shop. Ken in the archery department is a great guy. Unfortunately, right now, if you don't have your archery stuff taken care of, he's pretty swamped. So they've taken care of me in the past when I go in there in crisis mode. But I asked him, and one of the things he told me is this: if you have archery gear, you should have backup gear for your stuff. You should have extra strings, extra cables, have that extra cam, because all it takes is for you to drop that bow out of your stand and your season could be done. Especially if you have older equipment and harder to find stuff, it may take them the rest of hunting season to locate it. So it's a good idea to have backup stuff for your equipment in case something goes wrong. Absolutely important. So we've been out scouting, and fantastic year. It looks like it's shaping up to be. And the reason we go out scouting several because things change. A lot of things change. Land ownership may change. You might find posted signs. You might find logging in the area that you've been. There could be several different things. So now's a good time of year to touch base with landowners that you've gotten permission from before. Make sure they still live there. Make sure you still have permission. And you never know, you might bump into the neighbor that lives next door and end up getting permission from him. It happened to us because we're lucky. But anyway, we one of the things we go out looking for, and part of the reasons that we scout, are that things change. And one of the things that has changed this year is that we are in extreme drought conditions. We have been raised from severe drought to extreme drought. This could possibly affect definitely scouting and possibly opening day hunting. You want to focus on those water sources. A lot of the brooks that we go to are just dried up. There's no water in them. So you're running into some obscure water sources, or water sources that uh, are usually there, maybe dried up. So paying attention to those could be super important this year. What do we find in the woods? The nuts are dropping. We got an excellent acorn crop again this year. We got chestnuts, hazelnuts, um, shagbark hickory nuts are dropping. They're huge. There are no apples because of the drought, but there are a lot of grapes. So find some grapes, find those nuts, find those food sources, because even though the deer patterns are going to change, the food sources are going to remain the same. They're always going to be in the same place. So that's what we were looking for: food sources, water sources, travel corridors, and bedding areas. Um, so we've gone over our scouting. We found no hunting signs where there were none before. We found no trespassing signs. The power company now, you might have noticed, is doing a lot of work around Western Mass. They're redoing the power lines. We thought that was a great thing. All of a sudden, there's great big yellow gates. Some of them we went to, it says absolutely, positively no trespassing. That's a drag. We know a lot of guys, especially the older guys, depend on those power line accesses to get in where they can't get in other places. Well, that might not be the case anymore. So, uh, anyway, it is preseason. We are less than 3 weeks out. It is time to get your act together, start doing your homework, get out there in the woods, find out what's going on, contact the people that you got permission from, make sure they're still there, and get your stands up, get your cameras out. This is the time of the year. Last year, we looked back in our records and our logs, and we found bucks start showing up in late September and early October. And start looking for those rubs and scrapes in a couple of weeks. They're not showing up yet. We're not seeing a lot of deer sign. There's no rubs and scrapes yet, but it is coming. And weather depending, this is a Hunting Western Mass prediction on my own part. When Kale, I say it's going to be a rough winter, only because we're getting lots of reports, a lot of signs that Mother Nature, perfect in her design, is showing us. Says It's going to be a rough winter. But anyway, we're excited. This is 2016. We're so excited to be out in the woods again. Make sure you guys, safety. Get your backup hunting gear. Get ready to prep up. Get out there. Send us those pictures. Send us those trail cam photos. Let us know what you see in the woods. We're putting together our 2016 rut report. We're super excited about it. We're going to give you some hot days to be in the woods, and we're going to base that on some actual factual evidence that we have in the area. We're going to tell you how we did it. We're going to pick some good days to be in the woods, and we're going to stand by them and hope it works out. So that's it. This is Len Kale from Hunting Western Mass saying see you next time. Field report number 1. You got a lot more coming. Thanks.
Do I stop it by?
The
No.
red button.
Which button?
The red button.
There is no red button.
Oh, just any button.
Didn't stop.
That's all right. I think I should do that over. Hey?
How the hell? Somebody else will
Here,
have to hold the
I'll
camera.
stop it.
Someone else will have to hold the camera.
It's still going. Right here, stop.